Okay, I'd like to show you really quick how to conduct a search to find an archaeological source that's reasonable. So go to the CNM homepage, and then from there under Student Resources you can go to the CNM Library page. Okay, so here's the search bar, and it gives us some choices about what we want to search: books, articles, videos, and so on. So let's just say we are interested still in Chaco Canyon, Mexico, or just Chaco Canyon. Okay, so you can see we have some possibilities here. So I can see here that Great Pueblo Architecture of Chaco Canyon, Stephen Lexon, 1986. That's pretty recent. Stephen Lexon really is an archaeologist. I'll look him up. Here's another one. Pretty much everything that's in here is going to be something that's reasonable. Okay, let's just say that we want not a book, but we want some type of text, some type of article. So we're going to click full text, and then we'll click article. Right, and then that'll give us a series of different articles. Here you can see that this one was written in 2004. These are all well-known archaeologists. It's written in American Antiquity, which is the preeminent archaeological journal for American archaeology. This one is a review. You want to stay away from that because it's just a review of a book or an article. And also you can see here that it's peer-reviewed. That means professional archaeologists have looked at this and said it was okay to publish in a professional journal. It looks like it's a reasonable study. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here to number 7. This is Chip Wills. He actually works at UNM, so you could take a class from him if you want to in the future. And it's written in the Journal of Archaeological Method and Theory. That's totally okay. Article was written in 2009. That's fairly recent. So let's see if we can't view this online. A lot of these articles that are written in professional journals can be pretty dense, sometimes a little bit hard to get through. But a lot of times you can read through what's called the abstract right here, and of course the conclusion, and that will help you draw out some of the main points of the article. Okay, so let's just say you read through this abstract and you're really interested in it. You can go right here to PDF full text, and that will give you the entire text of the article. Another way to go about things, if you don't want to kind of slog your way through one of these professional journals, is to do a basic Google search. So you have to be very careful when you do this because it's really easy to come across things that are just completely fake. So one good place to start really is just Archaeology Magazine, because oftentimes these are written by professional archaeologists for the public. Okay, so we can see here we've got some interesting stuff. You can always do a search for let's do search for Chaco Canyon and see if we get any hits. We may not. Okay, there's a red flag for me. Who are the Anasazi? People don't call them the Anasazi anymore. That's a really outdated term. If they said Ancestral Pueblo, I might click on that but since I know that, I'm not even going to click on that. Let's see this. Trade Network supplied Chaco Canyon with turquoise. Here we have an extremely short article. This isn't going to be enough to do anything, but we do have someone that looks like, and I could look her up, a legitimate archaeologist. It looks like we've got some legitimate archaeological science going on here. But then it links to, live science. So you can basically follow, this looks interesting, so you can follow the paper trail to see where this leads us. This seems like a better article actually than the archaeology article. Modern day diamonds. Okay, so this looks reasonable. So, I would say okay. I think this one might be okay. The study will be published in May in the Journal of Archaeological Science. That's a real professional article. Of course, if if I was really doing this, I would look that up. I would look up the author. Here's Hull herself talking about the turquoise. So I think this is actually looking pretty good. It's looking pretty legit. Okay. Another useful thing to know is Google Scholar. So if you really wanted to know, wow, is this Journal of Archaeological Science real? You could look it up here, look up Sharon Hall and maybe turquoise. Here we go. So there it is. It's the Journal of Archaeological Science, a new approach to determining the geological provenance of turquoise artifacts. Okay, you get the idea. In this case, we only have the abstract, but we know at least that we're on the right track. We've got a good popular article with reference to a real archaeologist and reference to some work that's been out there in a real professional journal. And that's how you go about things. And so for our purposes, this sort of thing is going to work really well for your blog.